Hey everyone, we're playing another 15 plus 10 rapid game, and we got the black pieces this time. So I don't really know how to play against the Queen's Gambit, so I just know, I think this is called the Slav defense, where I just try to trade my outside pawn for the other outside pawn, and when the knight comes in to put pressure, I put the knight there too. And then I don't know what to do after this. So at this point, I just try not to lose the pawn and try not to take the pawn, because apparently that's bad, and then develop my pieces normally. So the goal today, don't get behind on development. Don't make any fancy moves, don't go for pawn breaks or anything like that until your development is done. Let's get all the pieces out. And developed. Okay, I'm having a little bit of trouble finding a good square for this bishop, because I want to put it here, but it's not pinned to anything, so the knight could just jump here and then I lose a tempo trying to defend the bishop again. So I want to put it on this square maybe, even though it's kind of scary since it's undefended, but this seems like the best square for now, and then I could always drop it back if I needed to. So I'm going to do that so that I can play this and then continue my development. I don't even know what they would play here. Maybe bishop out. Yeah, the other move I was considering was just putting it here, but then things get kind of weird because you can't develop this pawn very nicely, thus trapping the bishop in. You could try other ways to like push this pawn, try to get this here, but I don't want to get fancy. I just want to develop to natural looking squares where my pieces are active, protect my pieces, and try to control the center. I'm looking to play this probably next. Double reinforce this pawn here. Okay. That's an interesting move. Kind of blocks this bishop in. Allows this bishop to come out. Maybe they might take. If I take, you could throw in a check there, which could be kind of annoying. Play this knight here to block, but yeah, I just have to try to get castled pretty quickly to unpin it. And then if they take, I could always take back with the pawn. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue development. Protects this pawn in case he wants to take here. Also protects this bishop from any weird tactics. Yep, if they take, I will probably take back with this pawn so not to open up my king to some attacks here. And it's always good to take towards the center. Okay, so they bring their bishop over. I have a few options here. I could take, in which case I would be helping him develop his queen. I could drop back, then they might just castle. They might also take, and then I could take back with this pawn, but that makes it a less appetizing side to castle on because I've weakened my pawn structure. So I could also just leave it there, in which case if they take, I just take this way. which I'm okay with. It just becomes a little bit more annoying to protect later. This is also their light squared bishop, which is typically their stronger bishop, so it might be good to trade it off now. But if they choose to trade it off, then that's good for me. I'm just going to stick to, you guessed it, development. A little worried about this to gain a tempo, but I think that kind of removes the tension and makes the pawn structure easier to attack, because I could just drop here and try to get this in here, and then now this pawn might get stranded, or this pawn, these two pawns might be weak. So I kind of have like a reverse London system almost. I built the hat, I put my bishop here, my pieces developed basically all of the squares that would have mirrored a white London system. So it was not my intention, but at least it's solid. Like, I rarely get into big trouble playing the London. Goes for a castle, so that seems like a safe thing. I could do two things. I could develop here, try to get my queen here, and then castle queenside, and then push my pawns up. That would be the attacking way to do it, but that might be too cute. So I'm just going to play normal development. Sometimes I force the issue with the pushing the pawns, just because I know that's something that you do in the London system. And then when I check the computer evaluation afterwards, I find out that probably castling is safest. But it's so boring. Okay, we're almost done with development. I think the last thing I'm going to do is bring this knight in, and then potentially bring it over here to threaten this pawn. Oh, no, we can't do that, because this pawn would attack both of these. Yeah, this is also a little scary too, because I fall for this one all the time. Yeah, if he pushes this, I have to take back, because I drop here, this comes in, and then here comes the fork again. This is how I lose all my games. It's very scary. Yeah, when all these pawns are here, maybe this was a bad move. Bringing the bishop here, because when all these pawns are here, too many arrows, and this bishop is here, there's just too many options to create this fork, and I'm going to kick myself for that later. So if anything seems weird, I should get my bishop out of there quickly. Otherwise, other thoughts I'm thinking of are trying to prepare this push, I think, and do something bad. I'm thinking maybe go here. Trade off this knight, maybe try to get here and then attack this pawn. Might be good. But typically you don't want to trade bishops for knights. And this idea could come pretty quick for him too, because he could go here and try to do something like that. So yeah, this is what I'm watching out for right now. This is where I don't want to get into too much trouble. So that's why I'm contemplating this move. Pins the knight, removes the defender of this pawn and could prepare me for an attack and kind of gets me into less trouble here, where if he makes that move, I don't have to take, I can just drop this bishop back. Though he could push again, and then now I'm breaking like this here. I guess then we can start pushing this, but I lose a lot of space. I'm going to start with this. Okay. He asks me, what do I want to do with this bishop? I could drop it back again, and then if he is super daring and wants to bring it all out, then we can drop it back here. He could trade, but it's usually not too bad. And then now he's, severely threatened his weakened his king side. I could just kind of go for the take right now, but then the king queen just kind of comes in. So I'm thinking, drop it back. Okay. We're about the same on development because we both castled, both our queens, and a minor piece are on the back rank. Actually, if anything, he's slightly ahead because he's brought his rook to a more active file. But yeah, we're probably going to want to complete our development. What? Lichess will restart in 9 minutes? I'm not finishing this game in 9 minutes. Does it do this every night? What's going to happen to my game? I really hope we get to play it out. Will it just pause? Just do updates at 10:30 every night? Is that why I keep running into this? I'm tired. Okay, all right, they make a move. This is an interesting move. Okay. So sometimes when they make this move, I can do something like this. The queen takes, then I jump here to block the queen from leaving, and then potentially grab material by hopping here. But in this case, I might be able to just take this bishop. But then how do I get away? I guess I could come back out the way I came in. The issue is, if I go here, queen takes, I hop here. Where can he go? I could take this. Yeah, it just seems too risky. I will just set this up first. I'm thinking just set this up, create the queen bishop battery, Even if he pushes, I can go up and, oh, I could take and then take here, break this down, check here, and then try to find a way to get my queen in. Another thing they could do is just push this. Kind of sad. I have to knock this back, but not too bad. Could push this, takes. Oh, takes, and that's not that good because I have to take back, and then I would lose my other bishop too, so. Yeah, I'll have to look at this again later, but I don't think it works because the queen can take. And there's nothing defending. So yeah, when you're looking at this, please the chess. Don't restart. Okay. Move mate escapes the pin. Interesting. I can throw this check in. I don't really know what that does, but seems useful. Okay. Without a good move, I'm just thinking develop. Develop seems fine. Still watching out for this. I have to do a drop back. Really, chess, what am I gonna do when you restart? I really hope it's not my turn going to restart, because I'm going to lose precious minutes. If I give check, king goes here, how could I follow this up? It seems like we need to open things up. Can I prepare this at some point? Yeah. Takes, and I could bring a knight in or something. This guy's a little weaker and threatens this bishop, which seems good. That seems like a natural next move. I'm just worried about that. Maybe I could play this to preempt it, prevent that from getting played, because then I could just take. Weakens this pawn though, but that pawn is not as targeted. Compared to the other pieces. This guy's playing slow. Slower than me is slow. This seems like a logical move. Just kind of cramp. Bring this back. Try to push this. That's probably what I would do. might bring reinforcements for this one, but there's not very obvious squares to do that from. This position feels pretty good for me. I don't think I have a big advantage, but I have ideas, whereas I don't know what white's ideas are. This feels particularly cramped. This, and they haven't finished developing yet, and they need at least 2 moves to develop. That knight move back and this queen move here basically just lock everything in. Knight can't go here. If it wants to come back here, I will take, open up the king side, so yeah, I would say I'm out here. Okay. Goes for the push. I think it might be kind of like the desperation. Hope he doesn't see this. It does open up some things for them too, because getting rid of this pawn allows a lot of things to jump in. So, do we want to allow it? I could take this pawn too. Oh no. Then I would be taking to the outside. And that's kind of what they wanted all along. Okay. I'll take back here. I feel like the problem with that move is it just uncramps a lot. Oh! Oh! Now what? Well, I made the last move, so... Oh, okay. We're good. That was fast. Thanks for the quick restart, VChess. Alright. Hopefully he doesn't think that it's just over. I mean... Wow, this piece, this square is mega controlled by white. Yeah. So yeah, so if I allow him to take, then I have to take back here, and then this pawn is falling. So we don't want that. But if I take, this knight comes in and we're still in the same situation. If I give check, he could push forward and goodbye bishop. So I feel like he did a good job of getting himself out of this little rut. And I'm going to lose some space now. My opponent proposes a take back. I don't really think you mouse slipped, so I'm gonna decline that. Seems more like a regretted move than a mouse slip. But what would they have played instead? Maybe he's angry now. I would actually like if he took my knight in this case, actually. So I'm going to drop it back to do some annoying stuff. Push this pawn, try to lodge this knight in here, and I am very unhappy at that point. But I win a pawn, because then it would have to come here and I could take it back. Could try to prepare it, maybe put the queen there. Could try to prevent it by putting my pawn here. Probably line up my rook with this queen at some point to create tactics. Is that the meta? Make a good move, but propose a take back so your opponent thinks that they think they made a bad move? Man, these games would take forever. How long have I been recording? 26 minutes. They're good though. At least I'm not like blundering every other move. We can blitz. Okay, what are White's ideas here? I think it makes sense for White to push this pawn, possibly. To try to lodge this guy in here. Another idea, yeah, this bishop is a very sad bishop. He's playing a bishop down basically right now. So he wants to do anything he can to get this knight to a good square. So if I took, that would have been a gift for him. Dude, you're out of time. Okay, he takes. So he sees that as the best way to develop his knight. So I will develop my knight. He will try to come here probably. Yep. And then I could just let him take, because I can always take back this way, and that's fine. What else can I do here? This pawn is weak. I can try to threaten it. And let's do that. Let's bring this here, and then potentially bring this here. I just gotta watch out for some maybe bring the queen back battery type things. So let's do that first. Watch out for the batteries. Gonna try to control the semi-open file. Nothing, no pawns on my side blocking me, and one relatively weak pawn on their side. If they push, I just take. It's down to 1 minute. Okay, there it is. Might just bring this here. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll just bring this here to prepare for any tactics against the queen. Okay, I need a plan now. What is my plan? I could rook lift, but I don't really have the pieces I need. Yeah, I could rook lift. Maybe bring my queen behind. Try to open up the position. Okay, interesting. Try to lock the knight onto there. Interesting. One idea here is to take and then maybe push. Weakens this pawn. This square is not very well defended, so I could try to do some kind of like push. It makes sense to try to double up on that square. You could push here, push here. That doesn't really achieve anything. Okay, let's try this. Now I expect him to kind of be in the panic zone, just trying to make a move quickly. This is where I often just blunder. So think carefully, try to identify threats and stuff like that. I mean, he just kind of seems like he's on defense right now, trying to defend this pawn. This pawn is the weakest, because it's only got one defender. I don't really have a good way to... I guess I could take, and then put this here. Yeah, okay, that's an idea. And then it still has two defenders. Let's do this first. Nervous, gotta make sure I don't blunder that guy. He's got 8 seconds left. What are you gonna do, man? Are you just gonna... Okay. Oh, he's throwing the whole kitchen sink at this pawn. Just kind of interesting. I have some ideas of trying to actually open this up. Takes, and then try to double take here. I haven't fully calculated it, but I think it works. And then if they take this way, then I have that too. Okay, let's try it. You could push. Okay. He did what I wanted him to do, so we take here. Either way, I win material. He's out of time. Gotta make a move, man. You're gonna flag. Oh, that's the game. Okay. Not a very satisfying ending, but I think I was ahead on this one. So 35 minutes. Wow, these games take forever. Okay, let's... This game was relatively tame. I think I just kind of played my develop. No moment really stood out to me as super critical. I don't even think I ever got ahead on material. Oh, he wants rematch. Sorry, man. I don't have time for you. You take too long. Double up here. And yeah, so everything was kind of packed up. So this was kind of the key moment of what am I going to do next? Everything was just kind of in the middle. So I didn't really know what to do, but I honestly I just saw this tactic and I saw that if a little bit of a trap here where if he takes this pawn, then I can win material because of these pins. Let's say pushed instead. That could be interesting too. Some like takes. Takes. Like, what am I really going for, right? So takes. Maybe take here. So I'm up a pawn, and then they would have to reinforce this bishop somehow, because if I trade the queens off and there's no defender, I guess they could hop back here. Could hop back there, and then I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably in the still the same situation where I could just take that. Okay, let's review the game from the beginning on analysis. Yep, give me that computer analysis. I want to see it. Okay. Yes, gambit. Oh, he likes that instead. I don't know anything about this. Oh, that was the wrong move. I'm supposed to block my bishop in, apparently. Apparently he's supposed to take, so. And I've built kind of like this queen's gambit position. No, it doesn't like that. Apparently it wants me to take that too, but I didn't really want to follow that. Oh no. I want to see the analysis. Ooh, interesting. It was very even the entire time. No one really got the advantage, but I felt like I had a little bit more of a plan. Oh, it wants me to take here. I don't develop this piece for him. Interesting, comes out. Ah, I can just take there. Aha. But if he does that, can he just do that? Oh, no, because there's nothing protecting that square, so my queen would be here, the king would be like here, and then I could throw checks all day long, and then even bring this bishop in to try to put the nail in the coffin. Let's see it. We do that. It's here. And then, yeah, what if I do that? And then what if he does this? Takes. Feels like I'm behind material, and yet I will never understand how that works. What? Okay, let's just go back to here. So that was a little bit of an inaccuracy for me. He likes that more. I don't see how that, couldn't calculate that far. Definitely don't want to take, but it likes push there. I just want to drop back, and that apparently is also an inaccuracy. Okay, but I did the right thing there. Yep, centered my rook. Kind of line my... Ooh, it really doesn't like that. Wants me to take. Going back and forth here. I'm lining it up. Oh, and then there's... interesting. That I actually find pretty interesting. Because what if I go here and... Oh, no. I have enough defenders. So we can go takes. No, I don't. Takes, and then what? What? This. I guess once everything gets opened up, we just take crazy control of the center. And we're basically winning at this point. But how am I supposed to find a move like that? Okay. Where were we? We make this move, and I think this is the big blunder for him, because just like I talked about in the game, I go up the exchange in this case. Oh! What? Coming with the bishop? I don't know. Okay. That was today's game. Kind of an anticlimactic ending, but I think I thought through the game at the end the way I wanted to. Even though I didn't get much of an advantage, at least I found a tactic. I felt like I had more of a plan, and I think my pieces came together a little bit more, and there were more traps that I could have set, but overall, pretty even game. So I'll take it. I'll take the result too. All right. Thanks.